Welcome to episode 10 of Hang with the Monkey, the official podcast of OddsMonkey, the #1 match betting service in the world. Joining me today, ahead of our Premier League special, is Ricky from OddsMonkey.
Hiya.
And Phil from TrickyBet.
Hi.
Well, it only seems like yesterday we were doing our World Cup podcast and we were looking forward to the summer. It already seems like it's over because tonight the Premier League starts. So we're here with our Premier League special, talking all things football and match betting. So let's get into it straight away. There's a lot of offers on for the Premier League, but some of them, Phil, they're finishing tonight before the United game, so people are going to have to get a wriggle on here.
Yes, there's quite a few pre-season offers on things like the Premier League winner and the Premier League top goal scorer, where what you can do is you can back and lay these bets, and then every time something triggers, you get a free bet. So, for example, Coral, we've got bet £10 on the league winner, and you're going to get a £5 free bet for every time that team wins in August. Paddy Power are doing the same, but on top goal scorer. So every time they score a goal in August, in fact, no, that's only on the opening weekend. Sorry, you get a free bet. Unibet are doing £25 on Premier League top goal scorer, and if they score 2 goals, you'll get a £5 free bet and £10 free bet if they score a hat-trick, and that's going all season, but you need to place your bets before the match kicks off tonight, so that's 8 o'clock tonight. And again, William Hill have got one on top goal scorer and Premier League outright, £5 free bet for each in August. So they're all worth doing and looking at, but remember, some of them you need to opt in. The Unibet one you need to opt in, and when you do get these, if you're going to be getting £5 free bets throughout the season, remember to go and use them and claim them, because some of them will expire really quickly.
Yes, that's a really, really good tip, isn't it, Rick? Remember to opt in. These aren't automatic things sometimes for the new members who are listening, especially. And all these points are in the guides, aren't they, Rick? As well, people need to follow the guide. Don't just skip a few steps. They need to look at the guides, which are there for their benefit, isn't it? We need to follow these closely.
Always read through the guide. Make sure you're following any steps that are advised, especially if you've missed an opt-in, and just placing the bet, you're not going to have any benefit at all from the offer. So always read through the guides fully before going ahead and going through with the offer.
And that's just some of the tools on offer on oddsmonkey.com for the members. Obviously, there's a few nice footballing tools there, the offers calendar and the Akamatcha, Rick. Obviously, people ahead of the new season should be getting involved with those.
Yeah, there's around 20 different bookmakers offering ACCA offers at the minute, and they're all within their ACCA software, along with guides. And I say the daily offer calendar, we do try and summarise all the football offers on a weekend, so they're nice and handy in one thread to then have a read through. And then if they want to discuss an offer, there's links to a direct discussion relating to each individual offer as well. And again, any questions that anybody has, support staff are on hand to help out where we can.
Great, as always, the staff are here for them. And a particular bet catching your eye, the minute, Rick? Obviously, it's a Premier League season. There's a lot there.
There is a lot there. I think at the minute there's 35 plus offers on the thread. Just going to pick up a couple out. I think the Ladbrokes are offering a £10 risk-free bet, where if you can use it in risk-free bet mode for a small profit. We're scrolling down to the offer now. 1 second. Or you can perhaps just use it as a punt, and then knowing that you're going to get £8 back from the free bet anyway, it's you're only going to lose £2 max. Yeah, the free £10 bet up to on the Manchester United Leicester game on the first last anytime goal scorer correct score. So it's risk free. You can either back and lay using the risk free method for a small profit, or to say just punter selection comes in happy days. A great profit, or at worst a £2 loss when you work you and play your free bet. On top of that, we've got anyone that likes a little bit of casino action. GentinBet are got their goals equal spins offer. So if you back and lay a £10 on any Premier League fixture at Saturday, you get a one free spin for every goal scored on Saturday's games. So potentially, for a very small loss, you can get a decent amount of spins to use within the casino or certain slots, which could return a nice profit.
So obviously, for all match bettors, should be a very busy 24 hours coming up then.
Oh yeah, you mentioned we have one offer to mention that will be going on throughout the season as well is the 2-up offer with Bet365 and Paddy Power. Very popular offer, very active thread within the community. Where for anyone that doesn't know, if you can back and lay any team within qualifying leagues, And if they happen to go 2-0 up, your bet is paid as a winner straight away, regardless of whether they go on to win the match. And we've got tools on site where you can lock in profit when that happens and that scenario happens. So that's a very valuable offer that we can use throughout the season.
Have Paddy Power confirmed they're doing that now? I don't think they've announced it yet, Ricky.
It's on the thread.
Is this? All right.
So it's all on there. I think it's just certain leagues, but it's on there.
Yeah, because that's the thing people have to remember, isn't it? There's a lot of offers this weekend for only the new season, but you've got to get into your tactics ahead of the new season. Remember, you're going to be doing stuff every week, aren't there? So there's going to be stuff they're doing this weekend they won't be doing every weekend, but there will be offers like that they need to get into the habit of doing.
Yeah, definitely. You need to get back in the swing of it. There's currently a couple of offers missing still that we're hoping are going to come back, like Foreman's Mark, William Hill. That was a really popular one last season. There's been no mention of it yet, but it's early yet, so you never know, it might come back. Yeah,
we're expecting one in August, aren't we? Again, bookmakers are just taking down the World Cup offers. And obviously, as some of the members won't be aware, we have lost some bets now, haven't we, guys? They weren't bad. They had a few decent offers on there. But so I want to make sure people are aware of. And so any others we need to look out for, guys? We've got the betting clubs going on to the new season of football. And people need to get the tactics on. There are so many offers around, and the people need to decide what they like and what they're doing. Obviously, you two guys experienced match bettors. You know your tactics for the new season. Any great tips ahead of the new season, just in terms of tactics, what people should be looking at? If you're only doing a few, if you're only doing 4 or 5, what should they be looking for, Rick?
I would just say for the season type offers in terms of the league winners or top goal scorers, just be aware that that's going to tie your liability up at the exchange for the whole season, perhaps. So where if you've only got a limited bank, then perhaps look at the regular weekly offers rather than the ongoing monthly offers. But if you've only got a small bank, you're going to tie a large portion of that up for the season, which if you're looking at doing a lot of offers throughout, you might not be able to do if you haven't got the required bank tied up.
Yeah, and obviously the betting clubs, Phil, are a great way of getting involved weekly, aren't they? The betting clubs are a really good thing.
Yeah, we've got a thread on the site for all the betting clubs, but they can keep you going, keep you ticking over if there's nothing particular to do on that day. It's worth about £75 a week, I think, still. So there's quite a bit of value to be had there.
And obviously, we're going to have the Champions League starting again very soon. But obviously, we'll be doing a separate podcast on that when we do get into that. But we are talking about the Premier League. So, we've been doing picks and every podcast pretty well so far. So let's look at the Premier League season ahead. Top 4, I think we're all in agreement, aren't we, guys, about the top 6? We don't think anyone's going to raid the top 6, do we, Rick?
Can't see. It's not just at the minute. I don't think there's anyone there yet that can challenge that. I think the top 6 will remain as it is, but in a different order. Yeah,
go on then. Well, let's start off with you, Rick. I think me and Phil can already predict what's coming here. What's your 1 to 4?
1 to 4 in order. I think it's bookmakers have got it right in the fact you've got Man City and Liverpool. I think are kind of a clear top 2 at the minute. If you look at the Liverpool's activity in the transfer market and the way they've strengthened, the way Man City were last year, but I still think there's a little bit of value, and I've not had this feeling for a while. But yeah, I quite fancy us to challenge really well. So at 9 to 2, I'm going to go for it and put Liverpool at the top with Man City second, and then I can see a bit of an upset with the cover. Tottenham not strengthening. Man United with Mourinho, his 3rd season, he not being happy, already starting the mind games. So I'm going to go for Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, and Arsenal to complete the top 4.
Interesting, Tottenham and Man United miss out. Personally, yeah, I agree with you, Rick. It's almost impossible to ignore City. Aren't they? 4 to 6 to win at the moment. They are unbackable, aren't they? Really, and they're 100 to 1 for the quadruple. I know some people will scoff at that, but I was talking to Phil about this earlier, and the odds on that came down to 12 to 1 last year. So don't scoff at the quadruple, everyone, just yet. That could come into the reckoning. But yeah, for me, it's got to be City, Liverpool. I think Man U, a lot of people underestimate, and if you look at the Spinats team, it's still incredible, really. From De Gea, by Matic, Pogba, Sanchez, Lukaku. It's still fantastic. So they're still getting my backing to finish top 4. And I'm putting Tottenham 4th, but with a caveat. It depends how Arsenal are doing here, because I think Lacazette and Aubameyang could be very good. Indeed, Aubameyang is going to be my uni bet. £25 on him to get £5 for his braces and more. I think he's a really good value in that market. So I'll go that for my top 4, but maybe with Arsenal to raid the party. And Phil?
Yeah, I don't think you can look past Man City for the league. I have a feeling that they're going to, they'll win 3 or 4 games at the start of the season, and somebody like Paddy Power will pay out and then they'll win.
As Paddy Power, they've already paid out on Celtic, haven't they? Which was quite funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the odds on Celtic were 12 to 1 on. So they haven't given away much value there. It's more of a market and something, but I think they might do it again in the Premier League. Might create a few more.
Well, it would almost be an interesting market, wouldn't it, Rick? Which bookie's going to pay out first? Because I know Betfred love to get involved in that as well, and Boyle Sport as well. It'd be an interesting little market on which bookmaker we think is going to pay out first.
I think Betfred and Paddy like a bit of competition on getting ahead, don't they? So yeah, it'd be interesting.
So go on, Phil. Sorry, your top 4.
Yeah, so Man City top. I think Liverpool will have a good season as well, particularly because I think they're going to take advantage of the fact that Man United are probably going to have a bad season. Seems to be a lot of unrest there. I think Pogba wanted to be away. Mourinho hasn't really been able to sign anyone. So, yeah, Man City, Liverpool, and then I'm going to go Arsenal and Chelsea. Not sure which way around they're going to be, but they're my top 4. I think Man United are going to slip out, and Tottenham, they're getting a new stadium, aren't they? I think they could be, they haven't really spent any money. I think it's all going into the stadium. So if they get a couple of injuries, they might struggle.
Yeah, it's a tough one for Spurs. New stadium looking mightily impressive. So while we're talking top 6, let's talk top goal scorer as well. I don't think any of us is going to pick a player who isn't with the top 6 team. Let's start with you here, Phil. Give you first dibs on this. Who's your Unibet or other bookies for top goal scorer market going to be on?
Well, it's going to be Salah again, I think. I think last season, if you did that Unibet offer, you would have got £35 in free bets. So he's got a few doubles, maybe 1 or 2 hat-tricks. But yeah, I think he's probably going to be the top goal scorer. Liverpool are going to have a strong season. He was like immense last year. I think that's just going to carry on. I can't see anybody. Yeah, I mean, you've got Aguero and stuff at Man City, but I think like he's on a bit of a wind down in his career now. Still going to be great, but I think Salah will be, he's going to score a lot of goals this season.
Interesting. I think Harry Kane the favourite. What is he, 15 to 2? I think at the moment. I think he's hard to look past. I don't see Salah having the season he did last year. Far from it for me. I don't think he's going to have a bad season, but I don't think he's going to be anywhere near what he did last year. In fact, I would even go Firmino to be top Liverpool scorer. I think there's some real value there. I think Firmino will bag a lot this year. So for me, I'd probably go Kane or Aguero. I think Aguero at 71's a good bet, but I'll just go Harry Kane. And Ricky, obviously, which Liverpool player are you going to pick to be top scorer?
Interestingly enough, I'm not going to go there. I think there's plenty of goals within the team. I think they're going to be well spread. And as you say, it's going to be hard for Salah to replicate what he done last year. So at a bit of a bigger price. Someone you mentioned earlier, actually, Aubameyang from Arsenal. I can see him scoring a few goals, and I think he'll score the majority of goals, where I think the goals from Liverpool will be spread around the team. So yeah, Aubameyang for me. Yeah,
I like that call, Rick. Right, so let's look at the bottom end. The bookmakers again here. Well, the thing, the bottom 2 is a done deal almost, don't they, with Cardiff and Huddersfield. And I have to agree with that. Cardiff, I just don't. I think they might have a start. They'll give a few bloody noses out. They'll defeat a few. Again, Huddersfield as well. And I tell you what, this has changed actually since the transfer deadline for me. I had Southampton going down with Newcastle just surviving. And in fact, now on the back of Danny Ings signing for Southampton, I'm tempted to swap that round because I think Newcastle's window has been appalling. I think what money he has spent, this 10 million on this Japanese lad, I think it's crazy money for Newcastle. And I think Rafa's luck will run out. And I think with Danny Ings going in there, I think if he can grab 15 goals, as he's more than capable of, I think he'll keep them up. So I'm going to swap it around and have Newcastle, Huddersfield and Cardiff. Ricky?
Pretty similar thought process, actually. I got Cardiff and Huddersfield, and I'd also got Southampton. from a Liverpool point of view, I'm a bit disappointed with Ings leaving. It's a bit unlucky with injuries, etc. Never really got the chance to fulfil what he's one of the Premier League goal scorers. So I can see him keeping Southampton up. So I'm going for a team that struggles to score. Has been historically defensively sound, but only winning by the odd goal in the games last year and finished really high. But this year, I think they might struggle. Team Burnley, European football as well, small squad, don't score enough for me, and it could be quite easy from a tremendous season last year, turn around to be a bit of a dogfight at the bottom because I see them going down.
Interesting, Phil.
Yeah,
right. You spot about a team that gets relegated every season, so you should be expert on this.
Well, I think I picked Burnley last year, and they ended up practically getting it. Did they get into
seventh? They finished seventh. Yeah,
so that was a good call, wasn't it? No, I think Newcastle will struggle massively. Definitely, there's so much unrest at that club. I don't know what they complained about half the time, but they have had a bad window, so they're going to struggle. Southampton again, I think. Danny Ings is a bad signing for me. He's only played 14 games, I think, in the last 3 years. So I can't see him getting what they need unless they somehow manage to get him fit and get him playing every week. But is he the player he was? I'm not convinced. And yeah, so Newcastle, Southampton, and probably Huddersfield are probably going to struggle.
Well, so pretty similar there. I thought we were going to get about 9 different teams. Rick, obviously we're all in agreement. And while we're at it, let's see who's gonna. Let's have the championship winner, shall we? Let's see who we think. The transfer window's here, and my mind's changed on this after the window as well. I must admit, I had Stoke to go up the clear favourites, but I think the best window in championships come from West Brom. Managing to keep Jay Rodriguez, Craig Dawson. So for me, I think West Brom are clearly the best squad in that division now, but purely because they've managed to keep these Premier League players. Bill, obviously, apart from your favourites, Middlesbrough, who are you think?
Yeah, Middlesbrough are going to go up. They haven't signed anybody. They've let all the best players go. Traore's gone. I think Leeds are going to have a good season. They've looked decent, but yeah, it's probably going to be West Brom. It's going to be West Brom. They'll go straight back up. They just bounce up and down between the leagues.
Rick, who are you liking in the Championship?
Yeah, my shortlist were Leeds, Villa and Derby. Whether Lampard can have the impact at Derby. Derby tend to perform well, but peter out towards the end. If I had to pick one out, I'll go for Leeds at the minute at 8-1.
Yeah, not a bad price at all. Well, that's it for another episode, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back soon for a Champions League special and a few other things too. So all the best. Cheers.